When looking for a negative slope, which of the following statements would be true? So looking for a negative slope, we're first looking at statement 1 that says to look for a negative coefficient. Statement 2 also then says to look for a negative constant. Both of these statements are referring to if a function is written in y equals mx plus b, that slope-intercept form. The coefficient would be representing the slope, and the constant would be representing the y-intercept. So if we're looking for a negative slope, we want to look at the coefficient, not the constant. So statement number 1 would be true, but statement number 2 would be false. A negative constant is actually going to refer to a negative y-intercept. It doesn't have anything to do with the slope. Statement number 3 then says to look for a slope with 2 negatives. So let's pretend we had a slope with 2 negative numbers. That means we would have a negative divided by a negative. But a negative divided by a negative is actually a positive value, and that would mean the slope is positive, which is what we don't want. We want a negative slope. So statement number 3 does not work. Finally, statement 4 says to look for a slope with 1 negative and 1 positive. So if we had that situation, our slope would be that 1 negative over the 1 positive, and a negative divided by a positive is a negative number. So that would create a negative slope and make the statement true. In fact, the only statements that make the sentence or would be true for this negative slope situation is statements 1 and 4. So we want our answer to be D.